Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily, Monday Motivation. It's Des here, just checking in for the first time this week. I'm out finishing off the day with a short walk down by a place I can reflect and come to terms with everything that's happened. But really attack the day today. I'll come back to that shortly and let you know what I've been up to. But before that, I'll just say what a weekend. I can't believe how well it's gone. The chance to meet so many people and be part of a team that put on an event. It was based around football, my real passion in life, the thing I'm getting so much fun right now. But an opportunity to put on an event that not only raised so much for charity, but put a smile on so many people's faces. There's a couple of people who definitely made that happen. They know who they are, but I had the opportunity to play a small part, and it was such an uplifting and rewarding experience. I can't thank everybody who was involved in whichever way, whether they was part of the team or people that enjoyed the experience. It was just so uplifting and rewarding. Like I say, it's just made everything feel worthwhile, and I think it's important to start with that today. A couple of weeks ago I was feeling a bit flat, feeling not sure why things were getting on top of me, and I can probably look back now and put my finger on it. All the hard work put into such things, as well as everything I do in my own time, try and put myself out there every single day, offering free activity, doing DOdaily, the YouTube channel of course, to try and help people get into the right frame of mind to want to be that little bit better themselves, to want to be positive and enthusiastic and get as much from it as I am right now. It all feels like reward for me, if I'm honest. It feels like a little bit payback, but as I've said in many other places on my social media, if you put the hard work in, it definitely comes back. When I had that little blip I was speaking about there a couple of weeks ago, it didn't feel nice. It felt horrible. The things I normally resort to wasn't working. So now, sort of knowing that it was probably because I was working hard, grafting. I'm not ashamed to say that. I've been working really, really hard for the last couple of weeks. It's just I was probably just a little bit overwhelmed, but what I had to do was dig deep and get through it, and that's exactly what I did. Since that point, I did all the things. I got back to basics almost. I did all the things that I know that work. And Monday's a great time to sort of look at that, look at where we are and think, if we need to, let's get back to basics. If we don't need to almost, let's get back to basics. It's a brand new start. It's a chance to do it all over again. And I've got another fantastic week, but this time I'm building off an absolutely fantastic week. So I'm hoping it's going to be even better. Be easy once we've done one or two things to think that we've done it, we've made it, we've got what we want. That's definitely not the way to approach it, is it? It's important to attack it really hard. And I said at the beginning, definitely done that today. My mantra, of course, is always never miss a Monday. Get some activity in, get the week up and running. That's my real sort of passion, is activity. But whichever way you kind of do it, whether it is activity or one of your passions or working really, really hard, I believe it's important just to hit it hard. The reason I'm a bit sluggish right at this moment in time, I'm enjoying these few steps, getting the video in, is because just finished a 20-mile walk, retracing some of the steps I took on the Robin Hood Way last year on my own, when I did it on my own, with the running group, do running. We're following it on each of the bank holidays, getting in an epic chunk of it. We're now sort of over halfway through. The guys are absolutely loving it. I'm loving it but it takes a lot out of us on a Monday. But it was really important for me to do it today. Whilst it's important because it's what I do with the group, it's become a bit of a tradition on the bank holiday to go for a big long walk, getting lots of activity. Spoke so many times about the importance of activity on a Monday, getting that positive energy going, you know, when we need it most. Today it was important for me to get out there and almost build on the positive energy, not let the levels dip, not let myself sort of get too carried away with what's going off. Whilst I've loved the football side of things, my bread and butter, my baby, so to speak, is do running and encouraging the activity and sort of trying to get people a little bit fitter and healthier where they feel they can. So for me, getting a dozen guys out walking 20 miles, it's just dawned on me as I've said it, that's 240 collective miles. That's encouraging a lot of activity, and we've done it. Everybody's took so much from it. We finished at a pub, you know, had a nice chat, and everybody felt good before going their separate ways. And again, I wouldn't change that for the world. It'd be easier for me to think now, oh well, I don't need to do some of the things I've done, but we definitely have to do all the things we do, don't we? Because it all adds up to the bigger picture. Do you know, I've loved every minute of the weekend, and a lot of the focus, like I've said so many times, has been on the football side and things that I can't always control myself, but what I can control is the things I do day to day which keep me on top form, keep me pushing forward. It was that point a couple of weeks ago where I had to sort of dig deep, get back to my walking, you know, to build into the running and to really push myself forward again. And it was important for me to talk about this today as well, because it reminded me of a point. It was actually before last year's Robin Hood half marathon, in which I was just a little bit flat at the start of what's always a big week for me. I was actually in the process of sorting out how I was going to propose to Kay. So I definitely wasn't upset or angry. I was just or fed up or sad. I was just at a point where things were kind of coming at me left, right and centre. Probably trying to compartmentalise things in my head, understand how it was all going to pan out, and probably just hit me, and I kind of like felt all this angst and upheaval, just like I felt a couple of weeks ago. But what I did, rather than sort of down tools, there was something that I was working on in particular at that time, which was stressing me out a little bit, but I worked through it. You know, I had my little moan to a friend, someone I speak to, and I worked through it. You know, that's what I tend to do. I get it off my chest, I work through it. I get a great opportunity on DOdaily to get things off my chest. But like I say, working through it got me to a point where I felt good about what I'd done. I got a lot of nice reward from that too. You know, nice compliments. People used the work I'd done, you know, towards the bigger picture of the event itself. And I got to the end of the week, and of course I popped the question, and of course she said yes. And we had the most amazing experience after as well. We had a great party to celebrate. You know, it was a great occasion, always great occasion, that one. But this situation in the last couple of weeks just reminded me of that. So what I'm getting to almost is the fact that sometimes when we feel things closing in on us, it might just be for a reason. It might be for a reason that we've got a lot of work on, first and foremost. But also, because of that, we're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. We let our anxieties kick in. And the reality is, do you know, life's not easy, is it? Do you know, as somebody who's conscious about mental health and how these things actually transpire, do you know, it's just a couple of examples how it's potentially at the points we feel most vulnerable that something good's going to happen. I read that a lot, I hear that a lot through some of the things I listen to. I read all here, like I said, kind of that's the case. And it might seem a bit sort of wishy-washy, it might seem a bit silly sometimes, yeah, whatever. You know, they'll always tell you that to make you feel better. But there's two examples for me. Like I said, the last time I probably felt a little bit tricky, and the time a couple of weeks ago, it was almost like all the little stresses build into a point where you think, wow, I need to deal with this now. But if you keep plowing through it, if you keep working hard, you feel great. If you're down tools and don't let it get to you too much, you know. And I've spoke a lot about this being about a choice. You know, it definitely is a choice thing. And amongst everything I've said here, things haven't gone swimmingly well. You know, there's a couple of things I wanted to do which I haven't yet. You know, and I'll get them out of the way. I'll get them done. One of them was getting out a special Sunday social episode where I spoke to Kevin Campbell, a guy who was a massive part of the weekend. The guy who's been in the public eye in terms of football. Wanted to get out a Sunday social episode of DOdaily where I sat down and spoke to him. Didn't quite happen, purely down to uploading and how long it was taking. But again, it gives me an opportunity to work on that this week and make it a little bit better. So it could have been sort of stressful amongst it, but I had to take the positives from what I was doing. And after the way I felt a couple of weeks, I'm definitely not allowing myself to get too stressed out about what didn't happen when so much good did. Like I say, I've started this week with a 20-mile walk. You know, I'm not asking anybody to go and do that. That's something we make a conscious decision to do. We love, it's part of the routines now through the running club. But it's important for me to do that even after all that, you know, not rest on my laurels. I'm absolutely shattered from the weekend, even before the walk. But again, what that does is it helps me sort of get back into my routines. It helps me sort of do the things that I'm trying to instill and sort of encourage. You know, the activity helps me do all those, which ultimately have led me to some of those nice things. I can't thank certain people enough, and I already have thanked them, but I can't thank them enough for giving me opportunities and supporting me along the way. But like I say, it's the hard work I do as well to put myself in a position that makes that happen. Today is just another great example of not resting on my laurels. I've got another absolutely massive week to look forward to. More football. Those non-football followers will be a bit like, whatever. Off to Bournemouth tomorrow, so as much as I'm feeling tired now, as much as I'm looking forward to that, as much as sometimes like trips like that take a lot out of me, a lot out of anyone, really looking forward to it. Another long day, long couple of days, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Looking forward to it. Got the leave booked, got an opportunity to get there and hopefully see Forest take a massive step for something I've invested in the last 23 years. And whether you get football or not, when you make so much investment, just like the running club again, I'm not going to do the things I do with that today on a bank holiday after a busy weekend, because I've invested in it. So something I've invested in, if that all works out well, you know, that's brilliant. At the end of the week, it's my birthday. We've got lots of nice plans with friends, lots of things to do and make the most of. And again, why would I play it down? You know, just, I'm not exactly playing it up. I'm just saying I've got an amazing time to look forward to. I'm riding this wave. I spent a lot of time dwelling on things, not enjoying things as they come to me. You know, playing them down, I guess, as well. I just sort of use that word there in the wrong context, but playing them down to some degree and not letting myself get too excited. Right now, you know, loving every single minute of it. At some point, I'm going to have to take a little bit of a rest. But right now, you know, when things are absolutely tip-top, it's a case of pushing on through. But remembering if there is little blips on the way, and this is the important bit today, it might just be before good things happen. It's something, like I say, I've heard a lot, not always been able to relate it back to myself and what I'm doing, but there's a couple of occasions there where I definitely can. So on a Monday, after all that activity, I've really started the week with intention. I'm going to try and get out for a run tomorrow. build on that. Of course, it's Tuesday training. Always look to encourage building on what we've done on a Monday. I'm not quite sure I'm going to do something equally as epic as a 20-mile walk, but of course a bank holiday Monday is almost like an extended weekend and bonus time if you're fortunate enough not to have to work. It's been the case of that for me, so I'll be looking to almost attack it like a Monday. We go again, get some activity in before setting about on my adventures. Do you know, some of these things I've said, feel very, very fortunate. Whilst it is a reward, whilst I appreciate the hard work I have to put in, and I do appreciate it, I'm not ashamed to say it these days, whilst I have to do those, you know, I feel very, very lucky. The way things have kind of panned out is because of the way I've made it work. But of course, try to be humble and honest and realistic, and it does feel I do feel very, very fortunate to be able to do what I do. I'll be looking to attack the rest of the week. One thing I want to do is get back to the regular episodes of DOdaily. Whilst I had another small hiccup before I go, a technical disaster with filming part one. My battery just drained off very quickly and I wasn't able to do that. So Wednesday workout will be a more midweek motivation before the live questions and answers. And like I say, I need to be able to get back into that routine purely because I want to, but also because that's what I feel my purpose is. And when I'm living to my purpose and doing the things that make me happy and doing things that hopefully people can relate to, then everybody's winning, aren't they? I feel like I'm already winning it this week. Until tomorrow, guys, have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of the bank holiday. If you can, get in some activity, get them endorphins flowing. If you're feeling great, like me, brilliant. If you're not so great, let's start building it. Let's do what we can to get on top of things and get you happy too. If you're happy and I'm happy and everybody's happy, that's the way we want it to be. Just doing it.